I'm Dr. Ellis. For over 45 years, I've seen patients walk into my office confident they're healthy, convinced that their minor aches, mild fatigue, or occasional dizziness were nothing serious. Too often, they were tragically mistaken. After 65, your body communicates differently. Symptoms that seem trivial, those whispers of fatigue, small aches that fade by midday, or that lingering cough, aren't just the price of aging. They're urgent messages. Quiet, but deadly. Over decades, I've learned one bitter truth. Ignoring subtle signs doesn't make them disappear. It makes them stronger, and it makes you weaker. So today, I'm going to speak bluntly. I might make you uncomfortable, perhaps even angry. But if discomfort prompts action, then I've done my job. Listen carefully, because the warnings your body gives now might be the most important messages you ever hear. Sign 1. Unexplained fatigue. Patient story. Eleanor, 68. Eleanor had always been vibrant morning walks, book clubs, volunteering at the library. But over 6 months, something changed. She felt tired before noon, abandoned her hobbies quietly, blaming getting older. "Maybe I just need more coffee," she joked to friends, brushing off the whispers of exhaustion that colored her days. By the time she sat across from me, I barely recognized the spark she once carried. Routine tests told the hidden story. Severe anemia had drained her body, and deeper tests revealed a true culprit. Early-stage colon cancer, stealthily bleeding her strength away day by day. What Eleanor mistook for normal aging was her body's desperate cry for help, a cry easily overlooked until disaster struck. She wasn't lazy, she wasn't weak. She was dying quietly, undetected. Scientific explanation. Fatigue after 65 isn't something to shrug off. As we age, the body's reserves thin. Oxygen-carrying cells decline. Even minor internal bleeding or organ dysfunction, once easily tolerated, now becomes devastatingly exhausting. Silent cancers, heart disease, thyroid disorders all can start with fatigue that seems too small to mention. Your body doesn't shout anymore. It whispers, and you must learn to hear it. Dr. Ellis's reflection. Watching Eleanor's life shrink silently was heartbreaking. I wish she had come sooner. I wished she had listened earlier. Fatigue isn't an inconvenience after 65. It's a coded message from your body. Something is wrong. Listen to the whispers now before they grow into something irreversible. If this feels uncomfortably familiar, don't dismiss it. Hit like if you believe awareness saves lives. Subscribe for more life-saving stories you can't afford to miss. And share this message because someone you love might need this warning before it's too late. Sign 2. Persistent mild shortness of breath. Patient story. William, 72. William loved tending his garden and playing 9 holes of golf every Sunday. When shortness of breath began creeping in, he laughed it off. "Must be these spring allergies," he said, brushing away the warning. A few extra huffs climbing stairs, a need to pause while trimming hedges, it was easy to excuse. Easy until the day it wasn't. One sunny afternoon, William collapsed in his backyard. His heart, quietly struggling for months, could no longer compensate. In the emergency room, the diagnosis came swiftly. Congestive heart failure that had silently advanced while he dismissed the signs. The shortness of breath wasn't allergies. It was his heart's desperate whisper, growing louder by the day until it finally screamed. Scientific explanation. After 65, both the heart and lungs lose some elasticity and strength. Mild breathlessness during simple activities can indicate heart failure, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, or silent pulmonary hypertension. These conditions don't announce themselves with fireworks. They arrive slowly, quietly tightening their grip with each passing breath. Dr. Ellis's reflection. I will never forget the look on William's face, shocked, confused, betrayed by his own body. If he had listened earlier, if he had respected even mild breathlessness, his journey could have been different. After 65, shortness of breath is never just getting older. It's your body's plea. Notice me. Act now. Save yourself. Sign 3: sudden weight loss. Patient story: Margaret, 69. Margaret always took pride in her appearance. When she noticed she'd lost 5 pounds without trying, she called it a blessing. Finally, she laughed, aging is helping my waistline. But the pounds kept falling away quietly, subtly. Her clothes began to hang. Her energy faded. Family compliments turned to worried glances. When I saw her, her smile was still there, but her cheeks had hollowed and her hands trembled faintly. Further testing revealed what her bathroom scale couldn't: early-stage pancreatic cancer. It had been stealing calories, energy, and time while she kept celebrating weight loss as luck. Scientific explanation: in older adults, unintentional weight loss is rarely harmless. It can signal gastrointestinal cancers, malabsorption syndromes, chronic infections, or advanced diabetes. After 65, bodies lose muscle and fat quickly when stressed. What looks like natural slimming may actually be silent illness at work. Dr. Ellis's reflection: Margaret's fading weight wasn't success, it was warning. I've seen too many patients celebrate weight loss that was never meant to be. If the pounds leave without invitation, ask why. After 65, unexplained weight loss is your body's emergency whisper. You owe it to yourself to listen. If you or someone you love is losing weight without trying, don't wait. Like this video to spread awareness. Subscribe for more stories that could save lives, and share this with someone who might need to hear it before it's too late. Sign 4: persistent digestive changes. Patient story: Robert, 74. Robert loved routine. Morning walks, crossword puzzles, hearty breakfasts. But over months, constipation crept in quietly. He blamed toast, travel, stress. Then came the blood-tiny flecks he shrugged off as hemorrhoids. When abdominal pain joined the chorus, he delayed again, convincing himself it would pass. It didn't. By the time Robert walked into my office, weight loss, fatigue, and quiet dread had worn him thin. A colonoscopy revealed advanced colorectal cancer, a silent invader growing stronger with every ignored symptom. Robert's regret was quiet but deep. I thought I was just getting older, he whispered. Scientific explanation: persistent digestive changes after 65, constipation, diarrhea, blood in stools are not casual inconveniences. Aging slows gut motility, masking early warnings. Colorectal cancers, diverticular disease, and chronic infections hide behind what seems like minor irregularities. Ignoring these shifts invites disaster. Dr. Ellis's reflection: Robert taught me that the gut whispers warnings before it screams emergencies. If digestion changes, listen urgently. After 65, your body can no longer afford polite patience. Every subtle change is a conversation your health is begging you to join. Don't stay silent. Don't stay still. Sign 5: lingering dizziness or balance issues. Patient story: Sylvia, 70. Sylvia was active in graceful yoga classes, gardening, long walks. But small dizzy spells started slipping into her days. Rising from a chair brought brief moments of spinning. Stepping off a curb felt strangely unstable. Maybe it's dehydration, she told herself. Maybe it would just go away, but it didn't. One morning, Sylvia's dizziness tipped into disaster. She lost balance on the stairs, fracturing her hip. Recovery was long, painful, and emotional. Later tests revealed hidden cardiovascular irregularities and orthostatic hypotension issues that had been quietly undermining her stability for months. Scientific explanation. After 65, blood pressure regulation weakens. Even minor dizziness can signal serious underlying problems, heart rhythm disorders, low blood pressure, inner ear dysfunction, or medication side effects. Small wobbles aren't minor, they're early warnings your body hopes you'll notice. Dr. Ellis's reflection. Sylvia's fall was not sudden, it was silent months in the making. Ignoring dizziness after 65 is like walking blindfolded near cliffs. Pay attention to even the faintest imbalance, because the body always whispers first and only shouts when it's too late. Final reflection. For over 4 decades, I've watched good people fall not because they ignored big symptoms, but because they dismissed small ones. Tiny changes, subtle signals, a little fatigue, a little breathlessness, a little dizziness, and then one day, everything changes. Aging doesn't erase your strength, but it demands your vigilance. Your body after 65 speaks quietly. It doesn't scream. It whispers. And if you ignore the whispers one day, you might find there's no warning left to hear. You must become your own fiercest advocate. You must listen harder than you ever have before. Life after 65 isn't about being lucky. It's about being aware. If any of these signs feel even slightly familiar to you or someone you love, don't wait. Hit like to spread awareness. Subscribe to stay informed and stay empowered. Share this story today because silence costs lives, but awareness saves them. Your future deserves your full attention. Don't let quiet warnings go unheard.